only time I ever wore a white lace frock, Arthur, was for my first communion. And my mother parades me down the street to get my photic. And she says to the photographer, "Isn't our Sandra a picture? Won't she make a beautiful bride?" And I told her I was never getting married. And she got all dewy-eyed because she thought I wanted to be a nun, a bride of Christ, or 40 years her labour. My mother thinks anything in between is a mortal sin. She married a big child like you, Arthur. And what did it get her? 8 kids and 20 years cooking, cleaning, and surviving on grants and handouts. You're too like my dad for comfort, full of big plans that'll come to nothing, Arthur, because you're too soft and you're too easygoing, and having all that money won't make you any different. Whatever your dad and the rest of your ones don't steal from you, the world will. You know what the big trick in this life is, Arthur? It's knowing what you don't want. And I don't want to be a backseat joyrider, content to sit and giggle behind the fellas who do the stealing and the driving. I stole a car once, all by myself. Just drove it around them posh streets in South Belfast till it ran out of petrol, and then I walked home. I didn't need to boast about it the way the fellas do. Just doing it was enough. When the careers officer came to our school, he asked me what I wanted to do, and I says, "I want to drive around in a big car like your woman out of Bonnie and Clyde and rob banks." And he thought I was taking a hand out of him, so I says, "Okay, I'll settle for being a racing driver." And he says, "I'd advise you settle for something less fantastical, Sandra. They're all the same. They ask you what you want to be, and then tell you what you're allowed to be. Me wanting to be a racing driver is no more fantastical than Maureen believing in the fucking fairy stories. Dilly-dee dream all day